just a feeling. Fascinating.
Right, Tron ARES. Disney's latest attempt to resurrect a franchise that's had more comebacks than a pub quiz team that keeps forgetting it's there round. Critics are calling it a disaster. I'm calling it, well, let's find out what I'm calling it. Welcome to Snarky-Cinema. I'm the grumpy Scot, and today we're dissecting Tron ARES, a film that cost $180 million and has all the emotional range of a self-service checkout. Now, before the Tron faithful sharpen their pitchforks, let me be clear. This isn't the cinematic hate crime some reviewers would have you believe. It's also not good. It's that special kind of middle-of-the-road mediocrity that makes you wonder if anyone involved actually cared, or if they were just contractually obligated to show up. The original Tron came out in 1982, had mixed reviews, looked pretty, vanished faster than you resolved to go to the gym in January. I remember it. It was good. It lasted about 10 minutes. Tron Legacy showed up in 2010 with a Daft Punk soundtrack doing most of the heavy lifting, along with Olivia Wilde, who's always easy on the eye. Now, 15 years later, however, Disney's trotted out Tron ARES, like a phoenix emerging from the ashes, except this phoenix looks knackered and might have left the oven on. Let's address the discourse. Some critics, and I'm looking at you, son, the critical drinker, did you watch this sober? Have you stopped drinking? Because they're treating Tron ARES like it personally insulted their ancestors. Others are defending it like it's the second coming of Blade Runner. Both camps need to calm the fuck down, and remember, the original Tron was never Star Wars. Bloody hell, it wasn't even Star Trek. It was a visually interesting tech demo with a plot about as coherent as a seagull nicking a chip in a hurricane. That doesn't even make fucking sense. That's how bad that is. So what is ARES? It's mildly interesting, about on par with an episode of Wednesday. Yeah, the Netflix drama about the Addams family. Faint praise, you say, and yes, I'm damning it with it, absolutely. But it's not the worst thing you'll see this year. That honour definitely still goes to Amazon's remake of War of the Worlds, which should have been titled The War of Advertising and Delivery Drones. At least ARES commits to being a Tron film, just forgets to be good and compelling. The script feels like it was written by a committee that communicated exclusively through post-it notes left in different rooms. There's something about AI, something about corporate greed, something about legacy, all the greatest hits of modern sci-fi, but remixed by someone who's only heard the songs described second-hand. The dialogue has the energy of a Zoom meeting where everyone's on mute. Characters deliver lines like they're reading terms and conditions aloud. There's no wit, no spark, no sense that anyone in this digital world has an actual fucking personality. And if you remember back to the original Tron, he was actually quite animated. It's functional. It gets you from point A to point B. But so does a bus replacement service, and you don't pay 15 quid to watch one of those. ARES doesn't answer a single fucking question about the Tron universe. Not one. You're a hardcore Tron fan. A Tronny, if you will. Looking for lore, closure or coherent world building, you'll leave furious. This is a standalone film masquerading as a franchise continuation that never even started in the first place. It's about as interested in its own mythology as I am in hearing about someone's cryptocurrency portfolio. Fucking riveted. Direction. Was there any? Joachim Rønning, who gave us the perfectly serviceable Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales, seems to have directed this movie via, some electronic communication method? Email maybe? Scenes happen, they end. New scenes begin. There's no rhythm, no visual storytelling, no sense of spatial geography. But watching someone play a video game while you're trying to have a conversation, I can point you to a channel that perfectly shows you how fucking bad that is. The pacing is uneven in that special way where nothing feels urgent, but you're also somehow bored during the action sequences. The tone wobbles between self-serious techno-thriller and, remember, Tron, nostalgia bait, never committing to either. It's tonal whiplash delivered in slow motion, and the cinematography? MIA, presumed dead. There are pretty neon lights, sure, but there's no composition, no intention. Like someone learned that blue and orange is a good look, called it a day. Original Tron was groundbreaking visually. Legacy had style to burn. ARES has the aesthetic ambition of a screensaver. And let's talk actors. Everyone in the movie has exactly one facial expression. Grim. Not menacing grim. Not world-weary grim. Just grim. Like they've all been told their Amazon delivery is delayed indefinitely. Should point out, this is not sponsored by Amazon, or anyone else for that matter. Jared Leto is wasted, and not in the fun way, in the why the fuck did you hire him if you're not going to give him anything to do way. He's phoning it in from a different time zone. Gillian, sex bomb Anderson, Oscar-nominated, BAFTA-winning Gillian Anderson, shows up, delivers her lines like she's reading a book review of the latest Harry Potter, and leaves. It's genuinely criminal. You don't cast Gillian Anderson to have her stand still and look mildly concerned. It's not how the talent works. The supporting cast, honestly, couldn't tell you their names if you held a Daft Punk helmet to my head. They're there, they say words, they look adequately grim. Let's move on. One bright spot, Jeff Bridges' actual cameo. I liked it. There's warmth there, sense of history. The only moment in the film that feels like it has a pulse. Bridges reminds you what screen presence looks like, then he leaves. You're back to watching people cosplay as CGI. The effects, and I've got to give them some credit, the effects are actually quite good, especially the program's timing out sequences. There's a wee bit of genuine craft there, a sense of consequence. When digital entities glitch and dissolve, it's done with weight and texture. These moments work because they're specific, deliberate and visually coherent. The rest? Standard blockbuster visual effects, competent, expensive looking, forgettable. There's no iconic imagery here, nothing that'll end up in posters or in film retrospectives. It's functional spectacle, which is like saying sandwich is an adequate way of consuming food. It's true, but hardly inspiring. The score exists, I can confirm that much. It's not Daft Punk, it's not trying to be, but it's generic synthwave that sounds like every other futuristic score release since Stranger Things reminded everyone that synthesizers exist. It does its job. Filling silence adds nothing. Could have been got from the YouTube audio section. So, Tron ARES, did I like it? Meh. Did I hate it? Nah. Is it the cinematic disaster some reviewers claim? No, it's not that bad. But is it good? No, it's not. It's aggressively middle of the road. It's movie slop. Competently made, utterly safe, devoid of personality. You're looking for a film to watch while scrolling your phone and eating crisps. This'll do. If you're expecting anything approaching emotional investment or narrative coherence, you best lower your expectations accordingly. And the budget? $180 million? What the actual fuck? Where did it go? Did they pay Jeff Bridges in solid gold and in his weight? Did the neon cost extra? Because it didn't end up on screen, I'll tell you that much. Final score, 5 out of 10. It's not offensive, but it's not memorable. It's the cinematic equivalent of a participation trophy. Technically an achievement, but nothing to write home about. If you're a Tronnie hoping for answers, you'll hate it. You're a casual viewer with low expectations and 90 minutes to kill. You might have a perfectly adequate time. But if you're Disney hoping this kicks off a new trilogy, maybe you better rethink that one. Invest in better scripts, actual direction, and giving your Oscar-nominated actors something to work with. Tron ARES, a film that exists, and that's about the nicest thing I can say. If you liked this, thanks. Subscribe, share, whatever. If you didn't like it, why are you still listening? Remember, never trust a film that costs more than a small nation's GDP and still can't muster a second facial expression. I'm great.